おはようございます。Good morning. この授業で in this class, we are going to be going over I am from. We're going to go over a few different ways to say I am from. So I am from X country, I am from just in general, and I am blah 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 person. So I'm an English person, I'm an American person. Once you finish this, if you'd like to do some typing practice, please put in the comments I am from X country. In Japanese, of course. You don't have to put the country you're from if you don't like to put that online. Just choose a random country and type it. If there's any mistakes, I will correct it for you. So, I am from. Firstly, there are many ways we could phrase this sentence. So, we'll be focusing on the following few sentences. The first one we are going to look at is あなたはどこの国の出身ですか? So, let's break this down. あなたは, by this point, you probably know あなたは means as for you. Speaking of you, focusing on you. どこの国 So this means which country. どこの国 So どこの国の出身 As a note right now, 出身 means hometown or origin. It could specifically be asking for your hometown or country depending on the context, comparable to asking where are you from. So we have どこの国の出身 Which country do you originate from? Which country is your hometown? Your hometown, that's a very weird way of putting it. どこの国の出身ですか? The ですか on the end is making it into a question. So, あなたはどこの国の出身ですか? This sentence is probably quite difficult for English speakers because it doesn't translate very easily to English. It doesn't flow very well when we think of it in English, which country's origin, especially with the no particle in there a few times. どこの国の出身. So it's one of those sentences I recommend just saying a million times. You can drop the あなたは to make it a bit faster. どこの国の出身ですか? どこの国の出身ですか? Until you can just say it perfectly. どこの国の出身ですか? Let's look at another way to ask, where are you from? So the first one was specifically what country are you from? If you just want to ask in general, where are you from? You can say あなたはどこの出身ですか? あなたは as for you, speaking of you, focusing on you. どこの出身ですか? We're just kind of dropping the no kuni in this one and we're just going for どこの出身ですか? Where are you from? The hardest part about this is that you're very used to saying 出身はどこですか? Or something like that. As for your hometown, where is it? Rather than どこの出身ですか? And to be honest, for now, and I'm sure there'll be people that disagree with me, but I think learning phrases really does help in the long run. I think it's the basics for the language. But for now, you're not going to see many other examples of どこの over どこ, something はどこですか, which also makes this a bit difficult to remember. You can technically say 出身はどこですか? However, this is not really widely used. It sounds more correct to say どこの出身ですか? So please try and learn this sentence. If you find learning all of these sentences quite difficult, like どこの国の出身ですか? どこの出身ですか? If you find that just a bit like a lot, focus on one, get that one perfect, and then add the other one. So now we're going to do I am from X country. So I want to say I'm from England. To do that, we're going to say 私はイギリス出身です. There is probably a few of you right now being like, wait, is it イギリス出身 or イギリスの出身? The most common phrase I would say is 私はイギリス出身です without the no. However, you can add the, I always hate saying no on its own. You can add the no if you'd like to. 私はイギリスの出身です. The only difference is that with the no, it sounds like quite formal. It's not the イギリス出身です it's not formal and not polite. It's just that the no kind of sounds formal. So you can do either. If you have signed up to my course, you can access the word list for this lesson over on my website, pocketjapanese.com, and see what countries you need to know at this point. If you haven't, don't worry right now. I'll give you the country names and then I'll get you to just to help with this task. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say a sentence such as I'm from India, and then I'm going to tell you the word India. So India is Indo. And then I want you to translate that sentence in your head. So I'm going to say I am from India, and then you'll have 3 seconds to think of how to say I'm from India in Japanese, and then I'm going to reveal the answer, okay? So let's go. The first sentence is I am from India. India is Indo. 私はインド出身です。or 私はインドの出身です。I am from Australia, and Australia is my favorite word because it's so hard to say. Australia is Australia, Australia. So please translate, I am from Australia. 私はオーストラリア出身です。or 私はオーストラリアの出身です。I think I said that word a million times before I got it right. So if you're listening to that, オーストラリア, don't worry, it takes a moment. Okay, lastly, I am from Germany. Germany is ドイツ。私はドイツ出身です。or 私はドイツの出身です。Let's move on. Okay, now we're going to look at how to say I'm Indian, I'm English, I am Chinese. This is quite simple. You just take the country name and add jin, which means person, onto the end. So 私はインド人です means I am Indian. Just as a note, this little character here is the character for person. I like to use fonts that are maybe a bit more difficult and challenge you a bit. So we're going to do the same again. I'm going to say a sentence. You have 3 seconds to translate it. I am American. America is アメリカ。私はアメリカ人です。I am Korean. Korea is 韓国。私は韓国人です。And lastly, I am Chinese. China is 中国。私は中国人です。Okay, so now you know how to say where you are from. I'm going to ask you a question, and again in the comments, I want you to answer this. So, あなたはどこの国の出身ですか? Thank you very much for watching. As usual, if you enjoyed the video, please consider liking and subscribing because it really helps my little channel. If you need extra help, you're welcome to watch the video again. All my notes are on my website, pocketjapanese.com. There is a small charge to use after lesson 5 to help me run the website. I try to keep it as cheap as possible. If you'd like to support me, you can head over for my Japanese course. And thank you very much for watching.